young empowerment. We also free. We are open platform. We are based on voluntary, English, education, and community. As you know, we have 3 classes in a week. The first one is on Tuesday, start just like today at 7 p.m. On Tuesday, we are focused on public speaking, like debate, speech, interview, etc. And the second one, just like today, Wednesday, online class. We start also at 7 p.m. In Wednesday, we are focused on touch your skill English in English through class series like listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And the last one, we have fun day online class, which is held on Saturday, start at 11 a.m. On Saturday, we are going to present you some various topic like weekly talks to encourage you to speak more. Okay, next. All right, in the upcoming class, we have leadership class. Have you registered yourself, guys? If you are not registered yet, I hope you, why it's not, I cannot see it clearly, sorry. A moment, guys. Okay, it's trouble. Rere, can you help me to zoom out? I cannot see it clearly. Sorry guys, right now I'm using my phone, so it's quite a bit hard to manage. Okay, this online, this leadership class will be held on this Friday. Sorry, not Friday. On Saturday, sorry. On Saturday, 11 July, start from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Help yourself register through the link. Okay, next, Ray. Have you followed our social media, guys? We have some social media account in Instagram, also in Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. As for your information, in this class, we are going to live through YouTube. So yeah, in Instagram, you can see our latest update. So don't forget to follow our social media. Okay, next. As you know, Britzone is a profit organization. So how are we running this class? Besides support by some platform, we also sell our merchandise. Like we have 3 merchandise. We have mugs, cotton mugs. We also have T-shirt and also lanyard. Okay, next. As I mentioned before, we also supported by some platform like Education and Culture Ministry. Before we starting our online class, when this pandemic before happening, we are offline. We usually held our class in a library of Education and Culture Ministry. Okay, next. We also supported by Atmago. Atmago is an app that you can download it. It's a social network app that you can also share what happens around you through this app with campaign Warga Bantu Warga. All right, this is my favorite one. So we have a giveaway by Atmago. Oh, this is so hard. Wait, it's not. Okay, wait. Okay, how you win this giveaway? First, log into this Atmago application and then create a post in Bantu Warga category. Write down and submit your experience. What kind of experience that you have to submit to win this merchandise? It's your new normal story. I think so. Just read some story about how you survive in this kind of situation, and if you're lucky enough, will win the amazing merchandise. For more information, you can search to this our social media, Instagram maybe. Okay, next. Okay, in this end of class, we have tradition like taking class photos, so don't forget to turn on your video first before we take the picture. And we also need your feedback, guys. Here is the link. You can give us the feedback through this link. Okay, I think that's all. That's all, isn't it, Ray? Okay. Okay, guys, as I mentioned before that now we are live streaming on YouTube. So for you guys that are watching us through YouTube, you can also drop your question in the comment section. For your information, after the class, we will have Q&A session. Don't forget to prepare your question and ask directly later on when we are on Q&A session. Okay, without further ado, let's welcome our conductor, Kak Fajar Nugroho. So he is an MBA graduate from University of Gloucestershire, UK. Gloucestershire, UK. I was misspelling as usual. Okay, Kak Fajar, please come in. The Zoom stage is yours now.
Okay, thank you very much from the Britzone committee for having me and give me this opportunity to share my experience with you guys. So I have used slides as a pointer to guide the discussion, tonight discussion, but I want to share a bit how I end up talking here. A few days ago, a friend of mine, Danny, asked me to present my experience on my master degree study in the UK. At first, I was hesitant to to say yes, because I'm not really confident speaking in public or online session like this. But after giving a second thought, I think that could be a fun opportunity to challenge myself, especially to build my confidence as well. So yeah, here I am talking to you all. And first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Fajar Nugroho. You can call me Fajar. Nugroho or Nugi, if you want to. So just pick whichever nickname you want. And I was taking the same degree with Danny as well in management ITB. And then I continued my study in the UK, specifically in the University of Gloucestershire, with major Master of Business Administration. And what else? Oh yeah, please excuse me for wearing a hat, because a few days ago I just cut my hair really short, really short. So, and I'm not really proud about that. So yeah, I beg your pardon for that. Anyway, before I start my presentation, I want to let you know, all of you, that I'm not an expert here. I just want to share that I have some having for some experience related to study in the UK, and my objective here is to share and also having a discussion with you. So if you have any question, comments, or anything to discuss, just let me know. So yeah, where was I? Currently, I'm working at AIP Prisma. It's actually Australian Indonesia partnership in promoting rural income through support for markets in agriculture. And the fun fact is it's quite hard to spell to pronounce Gloucestershire. It happened to me as well when I took my visa interview. The interviewer said that it was nice to trying to pronounce Gloucestershire like a Warwick. In the written, it's Warwick, but we say it Warwick. And my campus located in the two different areas, Cheltenham and Gloucestershire. Gloucester. Again, it's Cheltenham, not Cheltenham. So yeah, just to let you know that. And I think we can move on to the next slide, please. Gloucestershire itself, it's located in the southwest of England, and the campus, there is 3 main campus and located in the 2 in Cheltenham and 1 in Oxtal, Gloucester. You can see that that's view from the campus with the winter view as well, with quite old and classical building. So yeah, it's good to see. I mean, something like that because it's not really common in Indonesia. Oh yeah, I just want to remind you, if you have any question or anything to comment, you can put on the comment section or chat box. Okay, we can move on to the next slide. Speaking about the study in the UK, we have to prepare, and before the departure, even before applying the the university and the scholarship itself, we have to get prepared, either from working experience, for example, as an MBA. Normally, they require at least 2 years of experience to apply. It could be project-based practice, so you can build your experience through project-based. You can say, what is it, like being a committee in the Britzone itself, it's also a project-based practice, so that you are able to manage something organically.
Be quiet.
sorry, I don't know why, but my internet just went down suddenly. So let's continue. Where was I? Oh yeah, project-based practice. To apply an MBA, especially for scholarship, it's good to have social project-based experience or something like that, so that uh, the the scholarship organization will know that you have a great deal with social and community service. And also, before um, study in the UK, especially applying for university, you have to practice your writing skill a lot. I mean, a lot. It's like um, having a daily journal, maybe, or you can say that you can summarize a few journals, online journals, something like that, because when it comes to master degree, especially in the UK, you will have to write a lot from the assignment, from the dissertation as well. And also you have to keep asking. What I mean here by keep asking is you have to imagine what will you do there, and what is your objective, what is your purpose of having study in the UK, and what it will be, what do you need. You can keep asking yourself, and then eventually you will do more research, either on what is it, blog, or asking from a senior or someone that has been there. So you will have a lot of information there. So you will be more confident, even though you will not cover all of the information that you will need, but it's good to be prepared than and then not prepared at all. And then you have to think about the funding. It's either for the scholarship or student loan, or it might be from your parents. And in this case, I had a scholarship from Kabupaten Boyolali. It was a partial scholarship that made me to have some part-time job in the UK. Next, please. So this is, I just picked this up from the official website of University of Gloucestershire. So this is the entry requirement. I'm sure that you already seen this kind of requirement a lot if you really want to continue your study. Well, at least you have 2.2 honors. I think it's equal to 3 or so GPA in Indonesia, and you have, as I said before, 2 years of experience, and also related degree, or maybe even I think you can apply MBA from engineering as well, but you have to be careful to read all the requirements before applying. And the most important thing, I think, the IELTS. Let's see IELTS as an, what is it? The minimum requirement. So if you can have the minimum requirement of IELTS in this case is 6.0 overall, it means that you are not ready to go abroad. You're not ready to study in the UK, because from the IELTS practice, you will automatically be more prepared to study there, to live there, to communicate, and to interact with people there. Yeah. basically it will help you a lot. So as I said, you have to practice uh, on the IELTS from speaking, writing, and so on. So that is very important. And the next slide is we're talking about the course structure. For the program that I took, this is the course structure, and with the first. So basically, we have to complete 180 CATs to be graduated from MBA. And this is, for example, you have to, in my case, I have to take a leadership by design. It's basically talk about um, how we use our design thinking to propose a solution to what a problem, and um, it helps you to think out of the box and having a solution that really effective and efficient to solve the problem. And then understanding market and customer is basically marketing. Um, in that module, I learned a lot about consumer behavior, shopper behavior, something like that, and the marketing campaign, and so on. So for those of you that um, not having business and management background before you apply MBA, it's good to have some reading on regarding on management, so you can read a lot about the marketing, finance, operation, HR, and so on. So yeah, that will be your homework before applying an MBA. And then business decision making. This is very crucial, and I would say this one is not really easy to take, easy um, to tackle, because it's basically the science of management, I think. So other than finance, I suppose. For the finance tools, we have to learn about the ratio, about um, the finance tools in the market, and how to use it in the organization as well. For the innovation and change through design, it's just about the having innovation theoretically, and then how we use and interpret that into to solve the real problem. And then for the next section is optional module that I took. At the time, I took delivering value, network relationship, trade, and entrepreneurship. So basically, it's about entrepreneurship. And that time, I think we can go to the next slide, please. At the time, me and my colleagues have to make a project, and I decided to have charity project partnership with Cheltenham Animal Shelter to support animal welfare. So we have this charity event by selling cupcakes and lemonade. And that event, we also want to increase the awareness to support animal welfare. So this simple project, uh, it's what is it? The big picture of an MBA. You will have a lot of project. You will have do some practices about deal with client or make a business or something like that. And also, can we go back to the previous slide, please? And then move on to project management. It's about the how we manage a project, how to calculate the PEP, how to see the investment, is it worth it or not, and how to have a Gantt chart or timeline schedule, even a milestone if we manage a project. So this specific module, it's very important, I think, because it tells us about managing a project that very common in the business area as well as in the corporate. So yeah, that's why I took that module. And then for the next one is the consultancy intervention. I took this module because I'm quite interested um, on the consultancy activities, and currently I'm working as a business consultant at IEP Prisma. So yeah, this definitely helped me a lot. So at that time, we for this module, we have to manage a real client and ask them about their problem and observe and doing the field assessment. At that time, my client is God sells cheese. It's a artisan cheese producer. So I went to the farm and seen the cheese production process, and then we discussed with my team about what is the best solution, what is the specific problem that we want to address, and then what is the best solution to it. So basically, yeah, we act like a consultant and giving a consultancy intervention to the real client. I think it was very memorable because you have you have like it or not, you have to deal with British people, and then you have also to think about their business and manage their business as well. So it was challenging and exciting at the same time. And then for the completing your program, there is a dissertation. Well, you can choose business case or business development project as well. But at that time, I choose dissertation that consists of 15,000 words with additional 3,000 words of research proposal and self-reflective. So yeah, this dissertation as well, the dissertation itself taught me about to carry out myself, to manage a piece of work, to provide in-depth analysis about specific topic that I really interested and really keen on. So yeah, that's overall of the MBA programming that I took. So I think we can move on to the next slide. And yeah, speaking about the study in the UK, I think it is also important to know how to survive there. How to survive there. To survive, you have to read a lot. what I mean here by read a lot is read as much as you can, books, journals, online reference, and also news, anything you can read, especially related to your project, related to your module, because it will broaden your perspective, give you a lot of information that will help you when it comes to write an essay or on paper, a paper. So it is very important. And then it's also good to join social uh, association of community. For example, if you are studying in the UK, you automatically join PPI UK, Persatuan UK. I'm having background noise here. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. And then I also joined IMAD. It's Indonesia Muslim Association of Dakwah, and we had a lot of regular meeting, regular discussion, and Islamic study, as well as for having fun or just like having a road trip together. Something like that kind of activities will help you to survive your journey in the UK, because we can't deny that we will miss our home, we will miss our friends back in Indonesia. So it's very good to have uh, a lot of friends, to make a lot of friends in the UK while you are studying there, and join as much as club or activities. Well, for the PPI in Gloucester, there is no PPI yet, because the student there is just only a few, I think less than 10. So there is no PPI in the Gloucester, but you can find in the other areas such as Birmingham, Warwick, Newcastle, Edinburgh, Leicester, Reading, or even London and Edinburgh. So most of the the famous cities that to Indonesian people, there is a PPI there, and it's also good to have some experience working part-time or full-time there while you are studying there. And in my case, because my scholarship only cover half of my living allowance, so basically they only cover 6 months of my living allowance. And the fact that I stayed in the UK, it's like almost 1.5 years. So I have to survive that. I have to work part-time and full-time as well. During my stay in the UK, I already worked 8 different jobs, both part-time and full-time. And even after I finished my dissertation, um, I was working 5 jobs at the same time. I mean, at the same period. So it was, exciting, exhausting as well, challenging. But in the end, when you already finish all of your experience, it's worth the time, worth the risk, worth your time as well. So I was working, for example, I was working at Marks and Spencer Cafe, in the Burger King as well. I also work as a cleaner at some of the shopping mall. So even though you might have a full scholarship, I think it's good if you have some part-time job experience there, because it will give you a lot of sense of the local community, about how the local people interact, how the local people how the local culture, and so on. So yeah, I encourage all of you, if you happen to study abroad, just apply for a part-time job, and it will taught you a lot of lesson, I think. And for the study skill, you have to pay attention in class, and take a good notes, keep organized about your subject. So you can start from now to be organized person, and you have to read a lot, as I say, and to know the purpose of each assignment. And then after you write your assignment, your essay, you have to review again and again to give to make sure that you will get a good grades. And um, during study in the UK, you don't think about study uh, over time, but you also need to socialize. You need to have some vacation, maybe have a road trip with your classmate or something like that. But only after you finish your assignment. Next, next, please. So, okay, so to summarize what I've been talking about, to study in the UK, especially MBA, you have to set your goal, what you want to achieve by studying MBA, even long before applying an MBA, because you have to gain 2 years worth of experience. So you have to know what will the MBA degree do after after you're taking it. And then do your homework. You have to read a lot, you have to write a lot, you have to be active in professionally and socially, and also make sure you are prepared, make all of the preparation needed, and hope for the best, well, praying as well. And yeah, I think we will move on to my last slide. So this is actually the view from the back of my campus, on Park campus in Cheltenham. And I quoted this famous quote: "One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star." It means that even though you are preparing a lot, it's impossible to have to cover all of it. You must, I think you will miss something here and there, but I think it's good to know. It's good to have that, because it means that you are having some area to improve. So yeah, I think that's all from my slides, from my short presentation. I think we can move on to the question and answer session.
Okay, thank you, Kanugi, for having provided us such a great talk tonight. It was great. And now we are in a Q&A session. Sorry, I was talking, but I forgot to unmute my mic, sorry. Okay, thank you, Kanugi, for having provided us providing us such a great talk tonight. It was
You're
really
welcome.
fun and great. And now we are in a Q&A session. We already have some question here in the chat comment. But before, I would like to remind our participant in YouTube, guys, you can also join us. If you have any question, just drop on the comment section. We will read it for you. All right. Okay, the first question, Kak Nugi. How many, from Novi Rahmawati, I would read it for you. How many times you took the IELTS test to achieve the standard score? Can you give us tell us the story?
Okay, thank you, Novi, for asking that. I took IELTS test twice. The first one is when I just graduated from ITB, and it wasn't enough to apply for master. So after I got the scholarship, I retook the IELTS test. So basically, if you really want to get the higher score of IELTS, you have, I think it's depend on you. I mean, like, if you really have a lot of money to redo the IELTS test, because some of my friends prefer to have like several trial, like it could be 5 or 6 times taking IELTS test, but he or she could learn from that trial and improve along the way. But in my case, because at that time I didn't have really much of saving, so I just took twice, and consequently I have to what is it, to practice a lot before I took the test. At that time, I tried to study by myself 1 month without any disruption. I mean, like, just like study, practice a lot every day. And also, it's good to have a practice sparring partner, especially for speaking, because by have a partner, you will know, you will get the feedback from them, like is it good enough, or so what should you improve, which part, and so on. And for the for me personally, the hardest part is writing, and yeah, it took me quite some time to practice to get the score that I want to.
Thank you.
Okay, so you said you took the IELTS right after you get the scholarship or before the scholarship?
It's after I got the scholarship, actually.
Oh, is it possible?
Because
I mean, usually scholarship require us to submit our IELTS score before.
Yeah, that is the unique case, because my scholarship is from Kabupaten Boyolali, and it was the first batch of the master degree scholarship. So they don't really require me to have a IELTS test before apply that. So basically, I just need to write on paper about something, about a specific topic in English, and having interview in English as well. And then I retook the IELTS afterward.
Okay. Okay. I think it will be better if the participant asks you directly. Yeah. I will choose, I would say the name, and please guys ask Kak Nugi directly. Moment. Yes, I think we already have from Reni Rupini. Yeah? Reni Rupini, can you show yourself? Reni Rupini, are you still there? Okay, while we waiting for her, I think we
Miss
have
Mayani.
another one.
Miss Mayani. Oh,
Hello.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
My name is Novita.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not Reni Rupini. Okay. My name. Hi. Kak Nugi. Hi, Kak Nugi. My name is Novita. I will ask you. I have some question for you. Question. Have you ever go
Sorry
abroad?
guys, sorry Novita. Sorry to interrupt you. Guys, please make sure your surrounding is quite enough so we can heard clearly for the rest of the presentation. Okay, Novita, can you continue? Go on, let's go. Just
Okay.
go on.
Kak Nugi, have you ever go abroad or to other country before you study at UK?
Yeah, I did. I went to Thailand in during my study in ITB for a few days.
Okay. So, and then the second question, you got scholarship from Kabupaten Boyolali, but right now you work with a foreign company, right?
You can say so.
Is it okay if you work with other company, not back to your Kabupaten Boyolali like that? Is it okay?
Well,
there is no
that's why you
requirement.
have to. There is no requirement for that. So actually, it's up to the scholarship organization. So in my case, I'm free to choose wherever I want to work.
Okay. And then the next question, what is your biggest challenge when you study?
Sorry, Novita.
I have so many
you
questions.
already have many questions. Yeah, sorry, because we have many participants waiting for
Okay.
asking to Kak Fajar. Sorry.
Okay, maybe this is not the question, but I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher. I teach in an IB school in Jakarta, and Mas Nuk, may I ask you to be our guest speaker as an MBA graduate?
You can check later on. Not in this session, sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, but by the way, thank you for the question, yeah,
Okay.
Kanovita. Okay, next, let's move on to the other question from Tanti Dwi. Tanti Dwi, are you still there? Can you show up yourself?
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, should I call you Mas Fajar because you're from Boyolali? Am I right?
Yes, you can. Like I told you,
so,
you can call me whatever.
All right, and I apologize if I couldn't show you the video of mine because I don't have the proper outfit for today. But as I have asked you before in the chatting room. All right, cool. So from all the requirements you had to fulfill in order to get the scholarship, which one was the hardest from your point of view? I believe you will have to probably fulfill around 1 to 15 steps, isn't it? That's gonna include the IELTS, of course, the interview. So I'd like to know which one is the hardest part for you.
I think back then my hardest part is to write on a paper because I'm not really good at writing at that time. So that's why I really emphasize to all of you to practice your writing. And it will help you a lot during your study as well, because basically in the UK, they will require you to write a lot of assignment, a lot of essay, a lot of paper. So you have to be ready for that.
By papers, you mean the essays you have to send to them, like explaining yourself, your vision, and what you're going to do with your degree?
For my case, it's not that one.
What is it then?
I have to write a specific paper for a specific topic. For the sort of personal statement, it's
Okay.
discussed in the other session. But
Oh.
since you mentioned that it is important to have your goals to and write it down in the personal statement, so you will have a really clear goals and how to achieve that and how are you going to do about that. So yeah, basically having a personal statement to apply the university you want, it's very helpful to yourself, not only
Oh,
just
great.
as a requirement.
Noted. So writing the personal statement was the hardest part for you?
Not really
Back
at
then.
the time, because
Back then. Yeah, at the time. All right.
yeah, as
So
long as you're having a clear goal, I think it's okay. You will know how to achieve that, because the university will wants to know why you are taking that specific course, that specific major, and why that university. So
yeah,
you have to.
So you're gonna have to break it down in details. What do you want to do with the degree, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Did they give you the score for your paper for your personal statement?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? So you just emailed them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Since we have limited time,
Yeah,
guys,
I'm sorry. I think that's enough for me. Thank you so much for the answer.
Yeah. But I would like I would like to remind you guys, if you ask question, only one person, yeah. Since we have limited time and limited participant,
Yeah.
It's
understand.
Yeah, it will be fair for others. All right, let's move on to other question. Okay, now we have from moment. Okay, from Sion. From Sion Air. Sion, can you turn on your mic? Sion, are you still there?
Dari tadi nanya kagak dikasih kesempatan, jadi males.
I hear you. Who's just talking?
Your chance now. Go on. Otherwise, you will lose it.
Okay.
Miss Rani first.
Sion, you're not answering. Okay, let's move on to another participant from Helwinda Puspita. Helwinda Puspita.
Miss Rani
Are you
first.
still there?
Yeah, I think Miss Rani first.
Miss Rani first.
Okay, go on, Miss Rani. You can
From the chat
ask.
box. Okay, let me.
Yeah.
Can you hear my voice?
Yes, Reni, it's clear. You can talk now.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm late. May I know your major?
It is MBA.
Okay. Do you get any difficulty at the first time you learn there, especially about the lesson or maybe the language? Is there so many assignments, or maybe it's really hectic the lesson in a day? Thank you.
In my case, because I took an MBA and most of my classmates it's taking the course part time, because they are also working at the same time. So it's not really hectic. Most of my classes it's happen during evening. So in the afternoon, I just went out with some of my friends, maybe having a go sightseeing and or doing my assignment. But the assignment is actually not really that much. not really that much, not really that many. I mean, but since I'm not really fluent in writing, so yes, I did have some difficulties on that, but yeah, I managed to tackle that eventually.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Reni, for your question. Okay, let's move. I think we already have a question from YouTube. Dika, can you please read it for us?
Oh yeah, sorry. Let me add something. For difficulties, I also had difficulties. What is it? Interacting with the local people because some of them are speaking very quickly. For example, like when I first time buying something in the market or convenience stores, they ask me, "Do you need a bag?" It's like in a very fast way. So I didn't get that, and then the shopkeeper tells me that do I want a bag for my purchase. So basically, for the socialization, the communication part, you will learn along the way. So I think it doesn't matter as long as you can pass your minimum IELTS requirement. So don't worry about it. As long as you have to speak up, not being quiet at all over there.
Yeah, it is understandable because since a British accent also quite hard, yeah, in my opinion, Kak Nugi.
Yeah, even one of my friend that is English school teacher, she didn't understand at the first time when they are talking about. So yeah, it's okay not to understand at the first time, but you will get used to it. And for some accent like Liverpool or Manchester, it's hard to understand, even for the local to English people.
Oh.
So yeah, it's okay.
Okay, let's move on to next question from YouTube. Dika, can you please, YouTube, can you please read it for us?
Okay, the question from Miss Widuri. Did many Indonesian friends contribute to you to survive during your study there? Are your Indonesian friends contribute to your survival during your study in English?
Yes, of course. They helped me a lot, especially to maintain my mental health, because I have to socialize, I have to talk with someone, I have to curhat with them as well. So that's why I told you that it's good to spend some of your time to socialize, to make a friends, to talk with people.
Okay, thank you, Nugi, for the answer.
Okay, let's.
Helwinda Helwinda's question has not been answered yet.
Yeah, Helwinda, can you show up yourself?
Well, okay. My question as in the chat group, as your background in bachelor degree is management as well. So, what is the most different thing being management student in Indonesia and in UK, and what is the most challenging thing being MBA student in UK? Thank you.
The difference between, I think, in terms of academically, in terms of academic, I learned a lot from much more from ITB rather than in the UK. But since the environment is different, I have to deal with the English people, British people. I mean, I have to read with the UK's business case and the management theory, something like that. So it's just different, and it's very important to broaden your knowledge on that. And relating on the how the course is delivered, uh, since in the UK required you to write a lot, either an essay on paper. So that is the difference, and that's why you have to practice that before. And then what else? Sorry, I missed the last question, I think.
What is the most challenging thing being an MBA student?
As an MBA student, it's quite challenging for me to initially to interact with local people. I mean, sometimes they come. I can't keep up with their speaking technique because they speak so fast. But gradually, they will understand, and then I will catch up with them as well. So as I mentioned, when you are worried about your speaking skill or writing skills, you just need to at least pass the minimum requirements of IELTS, and then practice as much as you can.
Okay, so basically, the most thing that make us difficult is the culture. Right?
Yes, you can say so.
Okay.
And that's why you have to be respectful with the local culture, how they do things, how they speak, how they, well, basically doing everything. You have to respect them, and yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. I think we still have question here from Selpiana. Selpiana, are you still
okay? Thank
there?
you for the opportunity. Yeah. My question is about you said that you work 5 jobs in the same period, right? While you studied.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and it was so exhausted. So, how did you manage your time between study, working, and socializing? Yes.
Okay, in that specific case, I was working 5 jobs at the same time because it's considered working full time, and I already submit my dissertation. And as to how to manage my time, it's I think that's the issue for every student in the world. I mean, like having having job, having study, having assignment, and how to manage that is the common issue. So the trick to tackle that, I think, it's you have to know your priority. Either you can use like priority matrix, which one is the most urgent or less urgent, the most important and less important. So yeah, you can use that kind of tools to manage your time. And also you have to take care of yourself as well. I mean, even though I was working very hard because I have to at that time, but I also when I take a day off, I walk around in the park and have sightseeing around, or just like window shopping. It's also help to maintain my mental awareness, mental health. I mean, is that answer your question?
Okay, thank you, Kak Fajar. Yep.
Okay,
thank you,
you're welcome.
Sabiana, for your question. Well, I think, oh yeah, from Sion, we haven't answered his question yet. Sion, are you still here? Oh, I think if you're not, okay, let me read it for you, Kak Nugi. So question from Sion is, before you check the IELTS test, did you join a course before or only learn from the book and the internet? Back again to the IELTS.
Okay, no problem. Before I took the IELTS test, yes, I did join a course, the one in ITB, but I think it's quite long before I think the IELTS itself. So I was at that time, my purpose is just help me to practice my English skill. But yeah, if you have the resources to take one, you should take one. I think it's very important and it will help you. But either way, you can learn it by yourself, join a communities like Britzone, and having sparring partner to practice your speaking and maybe writing as well, or you can join online community to assess your especially your writing, yeah, because for writing you need feedback from someone else.
Okay,
Yeah,
and how long did you take your course before you finally take your real test?
I don't know. I think it's 1 month period. Yeah, it's I think a 1 month period.
Oh, okay, cool. Do we still have question?
Yeah,
I think it's finished, Kak.
It's finished, yeah. But
already answered all of them.
Okay.
How about in YouTube,
from
Dika?
myself?
Oh, Dika.
Okay. I check YouTube first.
Yeah.
I check YouTube.
Yeah, check the YouTube first.
Okay. No more question. Yeah, from YouTube. Okay. I just want to drop a question. Okay, for Nugi, why did you choose England for your next study trip? Yeah, why not US? Because a lot of people have opinion that UK is hard and expensive and too archaic and so on. Why did you choose UK? Yeah, sure.
That is an interesting question. I choose UK as I think there is a okay, no problem. I choose UK because I really want to go to the UK and I really like how the culture there, and I think at the same time because the United Kingdom region is quite quite small to be explored, like in during my study. So yeah, I choose UK, and other than that, I also keen on the musical histories, especially the musician the band from UK. So it got me interested.
Or maybe you are a football fans of the England football team.
Well, That's the common question, but no,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not really a fan of football.
Okay. Okay. In short, England or UK is more historical, yeah, than maybe North America.
And then I think there is I mean, if you have the money, you have the time to do, you can travel to Europe as well, because it's just like some of, for example, if there is a discount, you can get a bus from UK to Netherlands just with £5.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
But compared to US, there are a lot of like states that it's which is you have to spend a lot of time. You have to spend a lot of travel if you want really to explore the states.
Okay. Thank you for the answer, Nugi.
No problem.
Okay. I think we already finished all the question, but Kanugi, do you mind? I have one question for myself actually. So I wonder,
Yeah, no problem.
as a MBA student, what do you see about the career opportunity in the next future? I mean, I once told that there has been many students that graduated from economic or MBA, something like that. And how do you see that opportunity for the MBA student?
First of all, if you have like minimum 2 years of experience, it will boost your career to the next ladder of career path. For example, if you want to move on to the management level or even C level, it will boost your credibility, your knowledge as well, and your expertise in business and management, business administration as well. And I think it's good if you plan your next career step before you are graduating from your study. For example, I was seeking for a job after I went back from the UK. I think it was March or May, and then I got the job on October, I think, and then graduated in November, and then started working in January this year. So yeah, I think you can make sure you have to be ahead of yourself to job seeking activities. So yeah, it will boost your career as an MBA, and as an international graduate, I mean from abroad, I think it's good for you if you apply for some multinational company or some international program like myself, because they will appreciate, they will respect your degree, and yeah, they will give your opportunity to take the job.
Oh, cool. Clear enough, Kak.
Well, but not to what is it? To forget about the opportunity to have to build your own business or your own project. You can do that as well as an MBA. So it's not limited to the corporate career ladder. So yeah, I think as if you have enough expertise, enough experience, you can also apply to work in the UK or abroad, maybe Singapore or Malaysia if you want to. But I think it depends on your sponsor as well, because some of the sponsor or scholarship organization doesn't allow the awardee to work abroad before coming back to Indonesia, I think.
Yeah.
So it depends on your circumstances.
Wow, thank you, Kak. It's a long explanation and so clear. And I think we already at the end of the class. But once again, Kak Nugi, thank you for the sharing session. We have learned a lot from you, and I hope you are still willing to share with us in our future classes. And
you're welcome. Thank you for having me. And yeah, I think it's a pleasure to discuss with you all. If there is the next opportunity, I think I can help as well.
Okay, and do you share your contact email or social media as well? Usually, our conductors share their social media to keep in touch with the member as well.
Okay, what kind of social media do you want?
Like IG maybe, yeah, millennial, typical millennial. IG, do you have IG or email? Still okay.
Let me just type it on the chat box.
Screen, yes.
Yeah, for those of you that still have some question, you can ask me through my Instagram account or through email as well if you want to. Feel free.
Okay, guys, already in the chat box, yeah. If you want, just capture it. Okay, so okay. Now we are having our routine session in the end of class. Photo session. Who doesn't like to take a picture? Come on.
Okay. Listen on the video, guys.
Okay, guys. Yes. If you don't mind, just turn on your camera. Video.
Because our face will be appear in our social Instagram.
Okay. I think there are a few people who are not willing to show their face.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, it's okay. Hey guys, I'm gonna take screenshot. So please give your best appearance, your smile. Okay, 3, 2, 1, cheese. Okay, that's all. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys, for
thank you everyone for joining our class.
Thank you, once again.
Thank you, Nugi, for your sharing.
Yeah, I think that's all, guys. The class will be dismissed. See you on the next classes.